Oh, I'm really excited about this. It's Billy from Crystal Tides. How you doing?
Very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm really good. And the reason why I'm just super excited about this interview is because of what this kind of is at the moment. So you've just supported Feeder at the Portsmouth Guildhall.
Yep.
You're currently on tour with the Lottery Winners.
Yep.
Like, this is a crazy time for you guys, isn't it?
Yeah, it feels crazy. It feels like the dream is slowly becoming a reality. And I feel like I say that a lot, but then the more this stuff happens, the more you realise actually that stuff before maybe wasn't where we sort of where it wanted to be, and actually this is where we want to be. And I'm sure in a few months' time there's going to be something more that happens, and that's where we're going to want to be. So
the reason why I was so excited to do this, because I remember a few years ago, I want to say it was like after an icebreaker or something, we had an interview in a pub somewhere in Portsmouth.
We had breakfast.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. And you said then, you were like, this is kind of my last chance. Like, and it felt really honest. So you were like, this is kind of my last chance. If we don't make it as Crystal Tides, that's probably done with music, because you've been trying for so many years and stuff. And then to see you guys now, I'm just so proud for you guys, so happy.
Thank you.
Because you've kept at it, which is mental in itself. It's so difficult to do.
Yeah.
And it's now finally paying off.
It is, yeah. And words can't really explain sort of how I feel about it. Part of me thinks maybe I never thought I would get this far with it, but hard work, perseverance from all of us in the band, really. We've just all been flat out, and we've all got that same drive and aspiration, which I think is really helping. But yeah, it seems to be going really, really well. So long may it continue. I
know, and it's so good to see, because it is so hard as well. Like, I know there's so many bands that talent, so many local bands and local musicians who are insanely talented, and they just, for several reasons, they don't make it. They can't, because it's so difficult to get out on tour. Financially, it's a burden. All these barriers, and for you to get through them and still keep going. Like, you won the competition last year for Road to Victorious, which that opened up a lot of doors.
Yeah, it was a huge leg up for us. It does. It sort of constantly feels like you're fighting against everything and everyone, really, just to sort of prove yourself on the stage. But then I guess when you get on stage and you play for 30 minutes, you play for an hour, all of that disappears, and you sort of just remember every single time while you do it, and you're like, that felt so good, that's why I'm doing it, and that's just sort of, I guess with all of us in the band, really, that's where our hunger comes from. We play those sets and we're like, we need to keep doing this. This is what we want to do. This is like, it just solidifies that in us.
Yeah, that being on stage is a feeling you can't describe.
Yeah, and the more we're doing it, the more people know our songs up and around the country, and the more people are singing them back, and you're just sort of like, why are people singing our songs back to us? We've never even been to this place. This is crazy. So it's just like, yeah, it's a surreal feeling, and yeah, I love it.
Can you remember the first time you had like a massive crowd singing your words back at you, and you're just kind of like, I wrote these in like my bedroom, man. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I think one of the first times actually was that Icebreaker show that we headlined. We came on to do our sound check, and we'd sold a lot of tickets to Icebreaker as Crystal Tides at the time, and we come on, everyone was in the room watching us sound check because of the way that they run Icebreaker, and we started running half of the song, and then we had to stop just because we were pretty much good to go, and the crowd just carried on singing all the words, and we were like, okay, this gig is going to be absolutely mental. And yeah, it was a really good gig.
So obviously now, like you seem like you're at a really good point. Obviously, we've got the new single "One Night in Paris." Are you? Is this like the most creative and happy you've been as a band, especially when it comes to writing?
Yeah, I've been thinking about this a lot lately. The stuff we've been writing together is just, well, for me anyway, feels like it's really maturing, really sort of coming into its own Crystal Tides genre, if you will. Like, we've put our own sort of spin on that indie pop rock sound that we've got. And it does feel good. We've been writing a lot at the moment as well for what's next after these few songs that we've just written, like One Night in Paris. But yeah, just everything sort of feels like exciting. And sometimes in the past we've written songs and like they're exciting for that moment, and then it dies off quite quickly.
Yeah.
But I think with these songs that we're releasing, like they're still, we're loving them. Like, obviously, One Night in Paris was recorded. Harry actually wrote it back in probably 2016.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was a long, long time ago. So when me and Harry went to uni together, Harry wrote it, brought it into uni because we did like pre-production at uni, and everyone was singing the One Night in Paris bit over and over again, and I spoke to him about it, and I was like, look, let's revisit that song, let's change it, let's make it Crystal Tides, we'll do what we can with it. And it turned out how it did, and it's really, really cool, and like really, really love it, how it's gone, and like the journey of that song's brilliant. And yeah, just to know that that song was started that long ago, and we're still like, me and Harry especially are still like, this song's really cool. It's really nice because, like I said, a lot of the time it's you write the song, release the song, and then you're like, you forget about it because you're constantly moving. But these songs, it feels like a lot of the moment we're just, these are really cool. These songs really might linger around in people's heads for a while. So yeah, it's great. I love it.
This sounds really exciting. Like I said, I'm just so happy for you guys because we've been supporting you for, I can't even think how many years now since we first played you guys, and it's just been amazing to see you actually break that. Look, it's like every other layer you have to get through, and you've met that next layer now, and then there's another one to go, then another one above that. But I think the momentum you've got at the moment, and like I was saying to you before this, on the Lottery Winners like fan group on Facebook, there's a lot of positive chat about you guys.
That's really exciting. It's just it's great to know that people are loving what we're loving doing, I guess. Like, we just want to make people happy with our music, and that's it really. Like that's as simple as it is. Obviously there's a lot more to it, but that's basically what we want, and it feels like at the moment we are ticking that box.
So obviously at the end of this run, you've got sort of, is it ending this whole like tour cycle is a wedge show?
Yes, yeah.
So sold out already, so missed that chance.
Really excited for that. We haven't headlined the Wedge in a long time, and we've obviously got like a real strong connection with that venue. It was like one of the first proper venues I ever played as a kid when I was 13, and then it was probably one of the first proper venues Crystal Tides played at Icebreaker. We headlined it. Like, there's just so many points in our career that venue has been a staple. Yeah. And to have it sell out in 5 days back in October, we was all a bit like, we thought we was going to have to do a bit more work than this. And then now it's sort of like,
easy.
But now it's just a bit like, well, now we just want the gig. We want the gig to hurry up, because we thought, it will take maybe a few months to sell out, and 5 days we were just like, well, now we just want to play it. We're so excited. Yeah. And excuse me, we've had people non-stop asking us, where can we get tickets? And we're like, they're gone. They are gone.
I mean, yeah, because this is going to sound like a bad thing, but I was like, I was surprised how quickly it sold, especially because it's so far in advance.
Yeah.
Which is just amazing.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I don't think I've seen like a local sort of band do those sort of numbers that quickly.
Yeah.
Like, it's really impressive. And a really good sign.
It blew us away, and I just so excited for that gig. I mean, excited for every gig. Every gig that we play is going to be amazing. But
all of the ones before are pointless.
No, they're not. But no,
Lottery who? Feeder.
Oh god. I can't wait for all of them. But that gig particularly, I just know it's going to be like a special night. So yeah, very excited for it.
So that's kind of like the full stop on that. So then, what's kind of the next sort of step for you guys? You said maybe about writing some more stuff. Have you thought about an album at some point?
We have this discussion a lot in the band, and I mean, I personally feel like we're ready, but there's always the discussion, when are you ready? I feel like the way that music works nowadays, it's a lot more throwaway than it used to be. So that maybe puts us off a little bit because of the momentum we're building from writing, releasing. And we don't want to lose that. But also, a lot of people are asking us to do it, and I feel like we're writing really good songs, so it feels like the right time. So possibly next year, who knows?
Okay. Because I always say this, I like an album because it kind of cements... Oh
God! It's been on tour for a few days. I can't stop coughing.
But like for an album for me, kind of cements that moment in time for the band. And it's something easier to go back to, because I say everything is throwaway.
Yes.
But an album is it's a lot easier to go back to. If you say like, oh yeah, One Night in Paris, great song, but like, unless it's on a playlist, you may forget about it. But then you go, the Crystal Tides album, and then I'll go back and I'll revisit that.
Yeah, I'm with you. I want to do an album. I've probably wanted to do an album for the past 2 or 3 years. I understand why we haven't, but I do want to do it, and I think some of the boys want to do it, some of the boys are maybe against it, and that's sort of where we're at with it at the moment. But the point is, we are writing music, and we are writing lots of new music. So whether we write enough for an album, and then we discuss maybe actually we could put this all together as an album. It could work. Who knows?
I don't know. I'm hopeful. And then obviously, so yeah, got the Wedge show. Also playing Victorious again.
Yep.
What stage you on this time?
We're on the main stage.
On the main stage. Oh,
yeah.
That's a nice one.
Yeah. So yeah, this is a big thing for us as well. Again, like played Victorious since I was probably, I think I was maybe 18 the first time I played it.
Since I was a baby.
That was like 11 years ago, 12 years ago now. So that's a long, long time. And I've been lucky enough to play it sort of every year, whether it be acoustic or with the band. And so now, like, I started playing Victorious at the Strong Island tent on the main clip of the road.
Yeah.
And I remember the first time I played it, I had so many people come and watch me at that acoustic tent. They blocked the whole street. And loads of people were like, even then, just sort of like telling me, oh, you should be on a bigger stage, blah, 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 blah. And it's sort of like, yeah, but it doesn't work like that. And you've obviously got to like get there. But I just sort of remember in that moment thinking, one day I will be on that stage and I'll like do it. And then when we got told this year, we got the offer, we were just like, Jesus Christ, that is like huge.
You're on the same stage as Biffy Clyro.
Yeah, and like little old us, like it just doesn't feel right, but it's it's going to be amazing. Like we got big plans for the show, so it's going to be huge, and it's just, I think it's great for Portsmouth. You know, like it's really, really nice to see a local Portsmouth band playing and cementing themselves at a major Portsmouth festival. Like it's really, really cool. And hopefully one year, now I've sort of ticked off the main stage slot, next is like either a later headline slot. At one point maybe, I feel like it would be really cool for a Portsmouth band to headline a major Portsmouth festival, and it would be absolutely huge. So that's sort of my next aspiration with Victorious, but we'll see how it goes.
I mean, I like it, and I like the sound of everything. Like I said, I'm so proud of you guys, and just so happy to see you finally getting to where the sort of justification for like all the hard work you guys put in. 'Cause I've seen it all, which loads of people don't see, but the band's putting so much work behind the scenes, and I know you guys work really hard, and I'm just so happy for you guys. And
thank you
so much as always for coming on the show.
Thanks for all the support as always. We love it. Thank you.
Looking forward to tonight, and then we'll see you at Victorious as well.
We'll see you soon. Thank you.
Cheers. Thank you.